We have a pen here. This just in from Smooth Precision Pens. Just kidding. This is in from Phil over at Morphosis. He's just messing with me, so I thought I would just mess with you. Man, it's been too long since we saw bags like these shipping out in the wild. It's a good thing someone at USPS didn't cue in on what they were seeing on this package here, because man, if they went and checked the eBay prices, this one probably wouldn't have made it to me. So Phil over at Morphosis, who used to do a lot of the custom finishing for Calvin at Smooth Precision Pens, sent this over. I sent this in to him because I found some of the parts I needed to complete a pen that I'm pretty sure I originally got from him in the first place. Almost positive, although I can't recall specifically, but I do think that is probably where this came from. Thought you would just enjoy seeing how things used to ship in a Smooth Precision Pens bag. All right, here we go. So we have one clip that was sort of salvaged. I found this like painted clip and it needed a bunch of different work, and sent it over to him to get cleaned up and return back to its former beauty. Look at that beauty. That is quite nice. Thank you, Phil, for taking care of that. That was not easy, I think, to get that done. And most importantly, a pen I've been trying to assemble for probably like a year, but I needed all the parts to get there. So thanks to anyone that contributed to this. Check that out. USG TiScribe Go. I got the polished body, I think, from Phil. Probably the pocket clip from him as well, if I had to guess, but I'm not 100% sure. Got the bolt, got the nose, not polished. And there it is, all together. All together again. Wow, look at that beauty. I don't know if there's another one like this in the world. This is a no grip, so it has no grip. If you're familiar with the USG TiScribe Go, you might know that these normally, whoop, that's not the one I wanted. Trying to find one to compare for you. That's not the one. Here we go. They normally shipped with a grip of rings, or a ring of grips, or a ring grip, whatever you want to call it. I think I call it ring grip, or maybe it came from somewhere else. But here's an example of what that would look like, where you had these 5 rings that were good for grip. Great. Definitely my preference. My version 2.2 is my go-to pen. This one, by the way, is getting down to like almost, this is my first time almost getting through a refill with a Smooth Precision pen. So I've really put some good work on this one here. Gone through a couple notepads, or a notepad or two with that. So almost through a refill. But yeah, I thought it'd be cool to get this with no grip, fully polished. I thought that would just really come together nicely. And I think I would have to agree with myself. I think this did come together quite nicely. This is a full size, pretty darn smooth. I don't find that they get smoother. I think the stone wash ends up being smoother than the full polish for whatever reason. Not 100% clear on why that might be. Maybe the tolerances change and the clearances change once you do a little bit of the polishing, but it's damn good. That's just a little smoother for me, I think. But wow, what a nice pen. And I don't know if there's another one like this in the world, where it's fully polished, no rings, full size. Now, this wasn't something I think that Calvin actually offered. And I wouldn't take something that I have that's like an original pen and do this to it. I'm not a big like pen modification person, but when I find something that's been like damaged and has an opportunity to be like restored, like this pocket clip or the nose that went on this particular pen, and I got this one polished on the body. And then I should say I bought this already polished. And then I got the nose not polished, but it was like had some wear on it. So it wasn't like I was, messing with a brand new part, or even like a out of box pen. This didn't come with a box or anything, right? that's when I'm like, oh, that's a cool opportunity to make something really beautiful, work with someone that actually did work for Kelvin, you know, knows the way to actually make his, you know, make his pens finished properly. And I see that as an opportunity. And so I take that once in a while. But I'm not big on modding. And generally, if this was like an original, it'd come with this, you know, original bag, and it had the original box and everything, and it was in immaculate condition. I would never, at this point, make that change. And that's to each their own. Like, some people are just like, you know, what's most important to me is to have what I like and use it, and totally get that. For something like this, where it's like a retired, you know, probably a better term is discontinued model, discontinued brand, to me, that's a cool opportunity to preserve something of history, like a really great pen that honestly I think really disrupted the pen game. I think this fit finish design that Kelvin did on his pens is really still some of the best that's out there. So for me, I'm gonna lean towards, you know, not modifying something in general, but if I can take, you know, old parts, put them together into something that maybe I even think is better than it would have been if it was all original, that's a pretty cool opportunity to do something special and really make what at the end of the day was the pen, but could have been a concept or whatever, really make it shine. So that's usually where you'll see me modify something, would be in a situation where I'm using either new old stock parts that never shipped, or even beat up old parts where it's like, you know, that pen was used, abused, and put away wet anyways. What's the difference? It's not like you're taking away from the originality on something like that because it's already been used and put through the ringer. Then I'm more likely to consider like a modification to kind of restore some of the, you know, the zest or whatever, the life of whatever it is. So anyways, that's just a rant on my part, but yeah, really excited to have this one in the collection. By the way, I do have a 2.2 with this same finish, so let me find it here and check that pair out. So this was also one that came from Phil, where, you know, new old stock parts. Oh gosh, I just love the 2.2 so much. They're just so good. That is just one of my favorite pens in my collection right there. So, you know, it's not an original with a box or whatever, and now you have two of those that are just make quite a pair there. So that's all for now. If you enjoyed the content, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.